Hello, dear friends. Another podcast at our school. We are going to talk about an interesting topic, in my opinion, such as holistic treatment, a very topical topic, and that we are going to develop in this small case to clarify the ideas a little through this means of dissemination. Talk about how to treat the body in a comprehensive way with an interdisciplinary vision of all health sciences, and also the importance of measuring posture with a totally objective instrument, such as the posturometer. Don't miss out on this podcast, which I think will be very interesting. Our body is like the world. It has to be interconnected with each other, and therefore we cannot ignore the neurophysiological interactions of each system to see individual problems and be able to treat it and get to the root of the dysfunction. This is holistic interdiscipline. Let's first define what a holistic treatment is, because many times we talk about it, but we don't have a correct idea of what it is. Holistic means seeing the organism in its entirety. Too much. Health sciences lately see it from a sectoral point of view, that is, from the point of view of each specialty, without taking into account the neurophysiological connections that our body has. We speak in general of a global world, of globalization. Treat the individual. We do so in a very sectoral manner, without true coordination of thought and, as a consequence, diagnosis. Each organism is connected, neurophysiologically interrelated, and therefore it is impossible to treat only a part of it. What are the benefits of the holistic approach? The most important thing we see is the integrity of the organism. In this way, it is much easier to identify the pathology and even easier to treat it and achieve a cure that lasts over time. When we see a patient, we should only see a triangle, which is the triangle of the psyche, structure, and biochemistry, which means nutrition, intoxication, internal environment, hormones, etc. Simply talking about structure is very wrong. It is mechanical and will not treat the cause of the problem, but rather the symptom of the problem. Let's talk a little about posture. We all know that the static posture of the body is a good indicator of health. Good posture means a healthy organism, an organism without compromises. And therefore studying posture and measuring it is something fundamental in health sciences, because then we will take into account the patient's overall health. If we talk about posture, we have to talk in parallel about posturometry, that is, measurement, which allows us to see the exact situation of that organism and, as a consequence, identify the problem from its roots. Health sciences often go a little by eye in the diagnosis. Posture of the organism cannot be treated by eye. Measuring the problem is very important. So that, to identify its specific alteration, that is, get to the root of the pathology. This way we can carry out more effective, more physiological treatments that last over time, that is, without residue. In my opinion, I believe that studying a posturology and consequently a posturometry is an obligation of all health sciences. It allows us to see the problem physiologically, where the problem is, what is the main cause of this neuromusculoskeletal diffusion? Many pathologies today are related to these dysfunctions, and therefore it's very important that we agree on that holistic vision of the problem, that we all speak the same language. And then we can say that interdiscipline is important, given that neuromuscular dysfunction has multiple concatenated causes, and therefore cannot be treated with just one discipline. Many chronic pains, such as headaches, lower back pain, muscle pain, fatigue, dizziness, etc. They are related to this type of problem we are talking about, and a poor vision that we as health sciences have to focus on. We must change this perspective, work together, and to work together, we must have the same language of diagnosis and treatment. That is fundamental. And I think the most important thing before finishing the video is prevention. All of what we're talking about is prevented during the age of growth. which is why the disciplines most involved in this are the family doctor, the pediatrician, the pediatric dentist, and the physiotherapists and osteopaths who deal with treatment in childhood. Well, let's finish this podcast, a format that I really like because it is easy to listen to simply with headphones. We can do it wherever we are. I hope that this message reaches both professionals and patients more than anything, so that they understand their problems and then help to be treated by the professional who proposes a treatment path. We must never forget the electrical neuromuscular diffusions that are chronic and that therefore require a long treatment and a journey to follow, in which we must work both with the patient and the interdisciplines of health science together. And this is why it is important to have the same vision. Many times patients ask us for quick treatments because they suffer, it's understood. But a chronic dysfunction cannot be treated quickly. It takes biological time, and therefore we must rehabilitate this function lost over time. I hope you like this podcast. If so, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell. That will help our community grow. Little by little, we are growing. I hope to see you on the next podcast at our international school. Until next time, dear friends.